We're on chapter 11 of The Secret of the Golden Flower. Because this is such a short chapter, it's only 3 paragraphs, I'm going to compare 2 translations. We're going to compare the Thomas Cleary 1991 translation with a more recent translation by a man named Walther Sell. And I've been using the Walther Sell translation recently more. We'll start with that. And this chapter is called The Intercourse of Kan, which is water, and Li, which is fire. Okay, the intercourse of water and fire. And Cleary's translation has it, the intercourse of water and fire. But I like the fact that the Cell translation actually has the Chinese characters. That's nice. All right, so here's the Cell translation, paragraph 1. Whenever the energy of the vital spirit leaks out, or the vital spirit moves and mixes with things, that is all Li, or fire. Whenever you gather back the spirit's consciousness, quiet it down and hold it in the center, that is all Kan, water. When the 7 apertures, eyes, ears, nostrils, and mouth, run outward, that is Li, fire. When the 7 apertures turn around inward, that is Kan, water. Paragraph 2. The yin inside the fire trigram follows the stimulation of the senses, while the yang inside the water trigram reverses this and withdraws from the senses themselves. Paragraph 3. Water and fire are yin and yang. Yin and yang are essence and life. Essence and life are body and mind. Body and mind are spirit and energy. Once you withdraw to rest your vital spirit and are not affected by internal and external stimuli, then this is true intercourse, as when you sit in profound silence. All right, let's read. That was the Walther Sell translation. Let's read the other one. We really should look at the Vilhelm translation as well. Maybe I'll do that at the end. We'll see what Vilhelm has. If he even has this chapter, I'm not sure if he has this chapter in his. All right, this is the Cleary translation now. Paragraph 1. Whenever you leak vital spirit, being stirred and interacting with beings, this is all fire. Whenever you gather back spirit's consciousness and quiet it down to steep in the center, that is all water. When the senses run outward, that is fire. When the senses turn around inward, that is water. Paragraph 2. The one yin inside the fire trigram concentrates on pursuing sense experience, while the one yang inside the water trigram concentrates on reversing and withdrawing the senses themselves. Paragraph 3. Water and fire are yin and yang. Yin and yang are essence and life. Essence and life are body and mind. Body and mind are spirit and energy. Once you withdraw to rest your vital spirit and are not influenced by objects, then this is true intercourse, as of course when you sit in profound silence. So these translations are very similar, almost exactly the same. Clearly, the yin is the fire, yang is the water. There is a, the yang is where we're going, is where we want to go. For whatever reason, the yin is really kind of like the less ideal, and the water, the yang, seems to be more ideal. Although you would think that the yin and yang are both equally important, but here there seems to be a hierarchy. There seems to be a kind of a it's not horizontal, it's vertical. The yin is down here. It's like the lower nature is yin and the higher nature is yang, and the yin is moving. You want to bring the yin up to the yang. And we have that idea also in the yoga tradition, and the terms are Shakti and Shiva. The Shakti is the divine feminine, raising up the divine feminine up to the crown, right? Moving up from the Muladhara chakra, up the the Sushumna, all the way up to the crown chakra, the Sahasrara chakra. And that was also talked about earlier in The Secret of the Golden Flower, this idea of the yin being, symbolic of the lower nature, and that we're trying to become all yang, bring all the yin up to the yang. You could, we talk about right and left, right? Here's my right. Doesn't look like that because we're reversed here, but the right is generally looked at as right, and the left is left out, right? That's why I keep saying right. We talk about things being all right, right? There's definitely, in our world, there is, if you look at our language, there is certainly a priority given to the right. And the left is, like I said, is left out, left over, out in left field. The right is righteous. Right is not wrong. Left, in a sense, because we have right and wrong, left in a sense is wrong, right? And I keep saying right. In Latin, the word for left is sinister. The left is identified usually with the feminine, the right with the masculine. It's no wonder that it's a man's world, as James Brown sang. But he also corrected it by saying, be nothing without a woman. So I'm saying all this because, again, you would think that yin and yang should be equally balanced, right? They should have equal weight. But this seems to be giving priority to the yang. And by the way, it's not, as far as I understand, it's not yang, it's yang. Whenever the energy of the vital spirit leaks out, or the vital spirit moves and mixes with things, that is all Li, fire. Whenever that you gather back, and it's interesting that it uses the word leaks out, because that is like water, but this is talking about fire, right? Whenever you gather back the spirit's consciousness, quiet it down and hold it in the center, that is all Kan, water. When the 7 apertures, eyes, ears, nostrils, and mouth run outward, that is Li, fire. When the 7 apertures turn around inward, that is Kan, water. So water is this turning inward, turning the light around, bringing everything inward, bringing everything into the quiet center. The water, in a sense, is the most powerful force in the universe. Water puts out fire. Water eventually erodes rocks. Water flows. Water is the symbol of peace, serenity, purity. Fire is also a wonderful thing. Obviously, it's an incredible element. But again, the water puts out the fire, and the fire is also symbolic of like passion and aggression and rage, anger, and that is all having to do with not being at peace. So again, water is symbolic of peace. Fire is symbolic of not being at peace. And this is all taking us to a place of peace, inner peace. Paragraph 2, the yin inside the fire trigram follows the stimulation of the senses, while the yang inside the water trigram reverses this and withdraws from the senses themselves. So you're withdrawing from the senses, going within yourself. And this is an ancient idea too. So you go beyond your senses. The senses only can testify to the reality of the external appearances, which is sometimes also called illusion, also called a dream. Whereas when you go beyond your senses, when you transcend the senses, you see quite a different world, and you start to go back into the origin of things, and that is symbolic of turning the light around. The light is the fire, right? Turning the light and bringing it into the water. 3. Water and fire are yin and yang. It really actually should be water and fire are yang and yin, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Yin and yang are essence and life. So yin is essence, yang is life, I guess. Essence and life are body and mind. So the yin would be the body, the mind would be yang. Mind, life, yang, body, essence, yin. Body and mind are spirit and energy. Once you withdraw to rest your vital spirit and are not affected by internal and external stimuli, then this is true intercourse, as when you sit in profound silence. Intercourse, I think the word intercourse is used for water too. The coursing of the water, right? The water taking its course. I believe there's, if we looked it up, intercourse is used for water as well, not just for sexual activity or sexual relations, conjugal relations, coitus. So water, okay. Let's see if the clear translation has water and fire, yin and yang are essence and life are body and mind are spirit. Okay, it's the exact same thing. Once you withdraw to rest your vital spirit and are not influenced by objects, then this is true intercourse, as of course when you sit in profound silence. Seems like the Walther Sell translation is just using the Cleary's, almost word for word there. So you get to this place where you're not affected by the externals, the external appearances, and you rest in the stillness, you rest in your center, you rest in the quietness, the quiet center. This is exactly like A Course in Miracles too. It's really getting to the same essential truth in a different way, but it's, different words, different language, more or less the same thing. Let's just look up real quick the Vilhelm Translation of Secret of the Golden Flower and see what he has for this. If we can find it quickly. If not, I'll leave that. Yeah, it's not coming quickly here. Let's just see if we can find it. Secret of the Golden Flower. Let's see if this is... There's an Internet Archive, but I'm not sure if that's going to be quick here. I did have it at one point. Early on, I had the translation up. But we might just leave it at that. Let's see. I pulled it up. It's probably not going to be too easy to find this from using this Internet Archive. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah. All right, one more. Let's look real quick. One more place. Secret of the Golden Flower. One more place. Here we go. biblio.com. Maybe this has it. One more place, last place, and then we'll call it a day here. All right, we'll leave it at that, and we'll go on to the next chapter next time. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to check out the Vilhelm, send a link to. I'm gonna look for it too, and I might include the Vilhelm in the description of this on this video, so you can see how he translates this chapter. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again very soon. I'm going to do another video today on the Bhagavad Gita. I've been doing a translation. I'm about halfway through this translation I've been doing on the Bhagavad Gita, and I'm going to publish it sometime in the fall. That's my plan, at least. Stay tuned for more on that, and thank you.